Only one team will keep the winning ways going to start the season as we're off in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. He's up again. And he's down to the 42-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
They'll run here on first down. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another carry for him. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Bronk. It's a new set of downs at the 27. On first down, they'll run. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They give it to him again. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
4th and 3, drive on the line. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs finish up an excellent opening series. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Chiefs get lined up and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They go play action here. Roman Wilson reels it in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 16 yards on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And that one's unsuccessful. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Finds his back complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, Just an inch or two short for the first down.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth. They're going for this. He connects downfield on fourth. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
You know, Ken, you often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Throwing now off play action. He'll check this one down. Complete to the fullback. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw now. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. Extra point attempt coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. This is caught by Trey Palmer. And he crosses midfield before going out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Catch made over the middle. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Handoff now from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Man in motion here. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Pickup of 5 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. They send a man in motion. We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. And it's the Buccaneers with a 1st and 10. Tight end gets it running forward. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. Caught off the tackle, but he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Chiefs.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. He's on the move. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grow their lead just before halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. This return starts at the 5. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Back now, pressure on its way. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Just 1 play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. To throw here on 1st down. McMillan hauls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Setting up a throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
2nd and 10 now. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
losing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Putting the tight end in motion. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Butker knocks it through. And that'll get him back to 11.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here's Carter on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. The incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He's going to throw this one. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. Back to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down, ball at the 36. Lone back gets the handoff. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
It's inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
From the red zone now. Pass it down close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. All right, right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
One after, up and good by McPherson. And the Buccaneers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Now a give running right. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackled by big Logan Hall. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. Has it at the 7. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Trying the right side. Will score. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Has this at the 6. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Throwing now from the gun. Brought in right side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Working quickly here. Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll throw it again. He's got him. That's McMillan. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Now, I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st down from the red zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! And the Chiefs take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Forced out to his right. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They're throwing it. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And this somehow is only going to be our 1st punt of the game. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the 43. Finds his back complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. A give now from the gun. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Throwing now off play action. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it with a touchdown.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Buccaneers cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now he'll throw off the play fake. They did it! He made the interception! And the Buccaneers have some new life in the 4th. Great team defense here. Got to him right as he was about to let that football fly, Brock, and the hit leads to a pick by their safety.
And an easy pick at that one, Kate. Not taking anything away from who actually intercepted it, but that turnover was all about the guys up front. And one thing I love about today's game and analytics, we got more than just sacks. We get QB pressures, we get QB hits because we've seen the impact they can have, an impact that was felt right there with that INT.
Here's 2nd and 11. Escapes the pocket. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Plowing up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the middle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. Hauled in by Rice. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. He'll run here from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs down by only 3. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Pass play now. Able to get it to Benson. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 30.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. On target to Worthy. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. To throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Looking good, and it's through. And they've tied it up late in the fourth.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
The Chiefs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Starting at the 10. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And this the same as the touch. To the 30 before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. On target to Musgrave. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here he is to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Setting up to pass. Got a man. Palmer has it. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Got to hurry this to the line. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's able to take this down to the red zone. He's stopped at the 17. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So now it'll all come down to the foot of Evan McPherson. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. The kick is good. He got it. And the third time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it! So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Buccaneers winners as we say so long from Kansas City.